We begin with some breaking news. UEFA have given Russia a suspended disqualification from Euro 2016 over fans' violence. The European football governing body has also fined the Russian Soccer Federation €150,000. It has warned that the Russian team will be disqualified if more fan violence happens at Euro 2016. Let's speak to our correspondent Lance Santos, who joins us in the studio. Lance, so UEFA have just literally moments ago acted. Tell us exactly what they have done.
Yeah, so they've given them a suspended sentence, basically. It's the last step towards being kicked out. They've been fined $168,000, €150,000, and they've been told that if it happens again, they are gone from the tournament. Now, they did warn England and Russia for their behaviour around towns and in the stadium. This, UEFA can only deal with what happens inside the stadium. Now, it's at the end of the English match, the Russian fans charged towards the English. There was no segregation. So again, UEFA does need to answer some questions about why was there no security there and who's going to be on top of UEFA as well. But the story here is that Russia, given that it's their last chance, they are on thin ice, and people do expect this to happen again. There are reports as well that French police have stopped a travelling bus of the Russian fans who they deemed were problematic, and around 29 of them have been deported home.
Lance, let's go back a few days. Describe to us what brought us to this point.
Well, shocking scenes around the European Football Championship. Scenes we're not used to seeing, scenes we didn't expect to see. We knew that France was going to up their game. They said they were going to have great security. That's been non-existent, really. We've seen Russian fans that are there to fight. We've seen English fans causing trouble. We've seen French locals antagonizing English fans. But let's look at the Russian hooligans, as they're known, the ultras, as they're called. They've come here to fight. And we've heard that the English police saying that around 150 of them were trained to fight. They've come here wearing English branded jerseys so that they don't get spotted, putting gum guards in their mouth. And some of the scenes are probably too violent to show on TV. There is an English fan who's been kicked repeatedly in the head, who's suffering from severe brain injuries in hospital. The scenes are just awful. There's all sorts of stories of fathers with their children. They're trying to escape the violence. And it is something that is very unsavory, something you don't want to see at a tournament. So UEFA has acted, but they haven't really done anything yet.
Give us a bit more detail on these Russian hooligans, because we're getting more detail about them. They are specific groups, aren't they, of teams, if you like. They've come out specifically to do this.
They are pretty much well-organized gangs. They're known as Russian ultras back in Russia, and it's part of the Russian MPs that have come out over the people from the Russian Federation, the Football Federation, actually been tweeting saying, well done, keep it up, almost. They've only started, the Kremlin spokesperson did today condemn the violence because probably knew it was coming now. But before that, we even saw the sports minister, Vitaly Mutko, when Russian fans were chasing the English fans, almost going like that, applauding his fans. So these ultras, or the Russian hooligans, if you like, have come to fight. There have been interviews, they've filmed it on GoPros. They've been quite proud of what they're doing. And again, it's just awful scenes as well, and it could cost people their lives.
So what are you expecting in the next couple of days? Because Russia's playing on Wednesday, I believe.
Russia's playing Slovakia. Now, 30 kilometres away the following day, England's playing Wales. Already that game is in a town that cannot support the amount of people that are coming. The stadium holds around 30,000. They're expecting 500,000 fans to descend upon that stadium. The Welsh FA's warned, and so is the English FA. Roy Hodgson, Wayne Rooney have come out saying don't travel if you don't have a ticket. But the Russians were expected to come, and the fans would have to go from their stadium in Lens, the English and Welsh fans. They'll have to go back to Lille, which is 30 kilometres away. Now, waiting for them in Lille will be the Russian fans. And we hope not, but these Russian hooligans are expected to be there. Greg Dyke from the FA, one of the big shots of English football, has written a letter to UEFA voicing his concerns for his supporters, saying that they are at huge risk here. The policing's been non-existent. The English fans are worried, and it is all set to kick off on Thursday.
OK, good to speak to you. Our sports correspondent, Lance Santos, there on that developing story.